Sunrise, Vancouver Station. It's still smoky up there. Oh. Didn't want me. We want the view, not me. It's 6:15 in the morning. We arrived at about, I don't know, about 5 o'clock. Not meant to disembark till 8 o'clock. So I haven't packed yet. I just got dressed, came down to get coffee, and thought Mark might join me, but he hasn't so far. Very long night. We actually went to bed at 8, and the first time I woke up was still before midnight. I'd slept quite well. It was still not quite midnight. Train was incredibly noisy. It was like coming through tunnels, and I think we were going quite fast, and sorry, it's wobbling. I try not to wobble. Oh, hold on. There, that might be better. There, that's better. I think we were probably coming past freight trains, but it sounded like we were in metal tunnels. But then the latter part of the night was quieter but fast. I think somebody said the top speed is 90 miles an hour or 90 kilometres an hour. Probably 90 miles an hour. It felt too fast for me with us being in the last few carriages at the back. I imagined us lifting at the speed, lifting off the track and flying behind like the tail of a kite. Not catastrophising at all. So it looks like another smoky day, not as smoky as yesterday. Yesterday was smoky as we travelled down from Jasper and down to the lower levels. The smoke was coming down to the lower levels, and as we approached Kamloops, it was quite smoky and people were coughing, and my throat is I can't describe it really, but sort of claggy, and feel a bit congested, and I think it's the smoke, and it's coming in through the ventilation system. So the plan for us today is to disembark with all of our luggage, because we've only had a suitcase between us, and take ourselves off to our hotel, which is on the edge of Cole Harbour, leave our luggage there and find a laundromat. So we really need to do some washing today and chill. I think we've both slept really well overnight for the first time, so maybe we'll have some energy to actually enjoy being here. We're now 9 hours behind France. I think that's been difficult changing, losing 4 hours in 4 days, having lost 6 hours a few days before travelling from France to Toronto. I'm looking forward to being in Vancouver, and looking forward to being on the edge of Cole Harbour and watching the world go by, and just relaxing and being in a bed that doesn't move, although I think for a while we'll be expecting it to move. And I'll be able to upload all my vlogs to YouTube because I'll have Wi-Fi. We've had long periods with no cell network coming through on the journey, and that's been okay. It's been a bit frustrating for me because I do like to intersperse my viewing and looking and watching and observing with a bit of Scrabble or a bit of surfing the internet, and I've not been able to do that. I'm trying to think what my favourite bit was coming along. I think my favourite bit was the prairies, and people had said, oh God, the prairies, you'll soon be bored with that. But I really loved it. I loved looking at all the agricultural landscape that always appeals to me, all the grain silos and the grain elevators and the I really enjoyed it, and looking at the wildlife and picking up bits and pieces of different sorts of wildlife. We saw, and I'm going to rename it on the YouTube vlog I have uploaded, a yellow-headed blackbird. Thank you, Jill, for correcting me. I thought when I looked it up it looked like, well, the answer that came back to me was a hooded warbler, but it isn't. It's a yellow-headed blackbird, and he was very interested in a yellow-headed blackbird lady who wasn't very interested in him. So that was good. I've seen some very big butterflies, but not long enough to be able to work out what they are. You know, they sort of come and try and come through the windows when we're stationary and realise that we're not fresh air and they've got to go over the top. So I've had a coffee. I could have another one. I might have another one and then go and find Mark. Thank you for your indulgence if you're still following. I'm looking forward to filming in Cole Harbour. Another different aspect to Canada. I'm looking forward to seeing these mountains up close. And when the sun is up, hopefully they'll show their true colours. At the moment it's difficult to know that.